It's time now for the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament on the Central Iowa Sports Network. From the smallest towns to the biggest cities, watch the Iowa girl compete for the title of state champion. CISN.TV's coverage of the state tournament is presented by Mid-American Energy, Schottenkirk Chevy of Waukee, Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottlers. Also brought to you by the Iowa Pork Producers, Shields, Fairway Foods, Univista University, the Better Business Bureau. Now let's go courtside at Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines for state tournament basketball.
Good morning and welcome to Wells Fargo Arena once again as we get ready for our second semifinal of the day. We had a good one in the first one in Class 5A and another good one here coming up. Dar Danielson alongside Andy Pollock. And Andy, this is a tale of the two lower seeds and a tale of two comeback kids looking to get punch their ticket to the title game.
Yeah, we don't get to see this very often, but we've got a 6 seed and a 7 seed getting ready to play against each other here. And like you mentioned, both came back from double-digit deficits in the fourth quarter to win their quarterfinal games, obviously against the higher seed. So I'm looking forward to an exciting matchup with this one. And as we mentioned so many times in this tournament, no lead is safe. We just saw that in the last game as well, where we saw a big lead given up by Iowa City High. Johnston got back in, and City High hit free throws to clinch it at the end. So.
And maybe the most dramatic play, and what I still think is probably the play of the tournament so far for Iowa City West, where Zacharias went down and blocked that shot by Dowling as time was running out to send it to overtime, and they go on to win in overtime. So both these teams are, I mean, here they can't play the underdog role against each other, but they both were tested in that first game and coming out and say, hey, we made it through. Let's go. We both really have nothing to lose.
Sure, and actually one of the bigger surprises to be in this tournament right now is Indianola as we watch them warm up over here. Southeast Polk, many people thought they were playing some of the best basketball heading into the tournament or heading into the regional final, and Indianola comes away with a lot would consider an upset in that round, and now the Indians showing that was no accident. Here they are sitting in the semifinals, and they're so loaded. They've got so many weapons, you can't just focus on one. Do you try to stop Maggie McGraw? Do you try to stop Grace Berg? And there's others that can step in as well. So it's a really fun team to watch. Coach Hansen has done an excellent job getting these girls, like I said, a lot of talent and pulling them together and watching them play as one.
Maybe the thing with them, in the past they've come in here with a little more attention and spotlight on them, maybe a little better record, and sometimes you come in as not as much attention and you can not sneak up, but you come in and maybe you play a little better, a little loose and play a little better in the tournament.
And that could very well may be the case. You could also look at the fact that they've got a lot of experience here right now as well. We've watched them play over the last 4 years here quite a bit. I remember watching Berg as a freshman play here, and she's been a fun player to watch develop. But one of the other stories in this tournament right now, you mentioned the block at the end. That's one of the block heard around Central Iowa, around Iowa at the end of the Iowa City West Dowling game. It looked like Wannick would be going in for a layup to win the game, and out of nowhere, Zacharias comes through and really swats it, and that really set the tone as Iowa City West was able to dominate overtime then.
And they have, of course, Rachel Saunders and Logan Cook, the two seniors leading them, and the three juniors leading this team as we're winding down for the introductions here, but a couple seniors leading this Iowa City West squad.
Saunders will continue her career at Creighton. We haven't heard a whole lot about her after an ACL injury sidelined her earlier in her career, but Cook, no stranger to winner. Her dad, Marv, is the head football coach at Iowa City Regina. They've won a lot of football titles over there, and obviously that's carried on in the family. We also remember Marv from his days at Iowa playing tight end over there, so obviously some athletic genes in that family, and that's another thing that's so fun to watch at these state tournaments. You see some names and recognize some names of previous great athletes in this state.
Well, we're getting ready to decide who will face the top seed here, Iowa City High, who beat Johnson in the opener here in a good ball game, 58-52, and the winner will meet them tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. So you hear the horn there. Let's go over to our public address announcer, Tim Fitzpatrick.
To Wells Fargo Arena in beautiful Des Moines, Iowa, for today's 2018 IGHSAU Iowa Farm Bureau Girls State Basketball 5A semifinal matchup, featuring the visiting team, the number 7 seed Indianola Indians, and the home team, the number 6 seed Iowa City West Trojans. Fans, it's now time to introduce the players for today's 5A semifinal. First of all, the non-starters and assistant coaches for the number 7 seed, the Indianola Indians. Number 4, Morgan Bolton. Number 5, Kendall Platt. Number 22, Rachel Reboff. Number 24, Jaden Forbes. Number 25, Allison Coffey. Number 31, Ellie McCoy. Number 32, Sydney Sickles. Number 34, Bailey Blake. Number 44, Tori Litchke. And number 45, Haley Dar. Your assistant coaches, Ken Bean, Dave Metz, Morgan Reitz, and Doug McAnally. And now, here are your non-starters and assistant coaches for the home team from Iowa City West. Number 3, Matea Tellis. Number 11, Sydney Allen. Number 14, Evelyn Lopez. Number 15, Carrie Callahan. Number 21, Grace Schneider. Number 23, Audrey Cook. Number 25, Brianna Faulkner. And number 30, Paige Beckner. Your assistant coaches, Brian Motley, Jesse Searles, Erica Munt, and Ellie Scott. And now, here are your starting lineups for today's 5A semifinal. From Indianola, a 5'11" junior, number 13, Maggie McGraw. For West, a 5'9" junior, number 2, Kaylin Morgan. For the Indians, a 5'9" senior, number 14, Maddie Sorensen. For the Trojans, a 5'5" junior, number 4, Lauren Zacharias. For Indianola, a 5'8" senior, number 15, Carrington Keel. For Iowa City West, a 5'8" senior, number 13, Rachel Saunders. For the Indians, a 5'8" senior, number 23, Liza Latham. For the Trojans, a 6'1" senior, number 22, Logan Book. And for Indianola, a 6' senior, number 43, Grace Bird. For Iowa City West, a 5'11" junior, number 24, Emma Cook. Your head coaches, for the Indians, Bert Hansen. For the Trojans, BJ Mayer. Now please turn your attention to the area in front of the scorers table. Your officiating crew for today's 5A semifinal, Scott Giles, Benjamin Applegate, Tim Osterhaus, and Jody Wellingham. All right, who's ready for tournament basketball?
Here we go. We are ready to set up the championship matchup here. The winner will face Iowa City High, who beat Johnson in an outstanding ball game in our first semifinal of the day, 58-52. Andy Pollock, keys to the game here.
One of the things as you look at this, the matchups in this game so far, as we talked about, all the weapons that Indianola will come at you with, and how is Iowa City West going to choose? How is Coach Meyer going to choose to defend that? We saw in that round before, in the quarterfinal round, it was really Kaylin Morgan that in the second half when she started to defend one of the premier sophomores in the state, in the country, in Caitlin Clark of Dowling. She really frustrated her and shut her down. And Morgan can't guard everyone though. So we'll see how they choose to defend all the different weapons that Indianola brings at them.
Well, here we go. Grace Bird will step in there against Logan Cook. Two seniors. As you see the shot high above Wells Fargo here, and the tip is taken away, handled there by Maggie McGraw, and the Indians will start out there in the purple. Iowa City in the white, and ball's tipped out, stays with Indianola. And we had the purple clear out for Johnson and more purple back in for Indianola behind us here. And that one thrown into the backcourt, picked up. Harassing is Zacharias. Maddie Sorensen up top.
They are going to defend him with a man-to-man, but you really see Saunders sagging off in there for West. She's just kind of got her eye on everyone.
Yeah, McGraw goes down, loses the ball, back up the other way, and the miss by Saunders, and here comes Indianola back. Kick it out for three. Rattles out, no good. Rebound pulled down by West. Saunders.
Saunders so strong out there.
Up top with it, trying to work the offense. Kaylin Morgan over to Logan Cook. Now Emma Cook. There's a three, good to start the scoring, Rachel Saunders.
Really with McGraw right in her face, but Saunders just such a quick release, impossible to block that, and as they force it down low or try to force it down low to Berg.
And it goes out.
Might want to be one of those things where they just want to kind of let that happen for her. I think Grace Berg's at her best when the game comes to her rather than really forcing her into the game.
Well, again, we see here in the early flow, trying to get into that flow, slow it down and work with it. And here comes West. This time it's a two and hit again.
Long twos are one of those shots I hate the most in basketball, but as you see, Saunders calmly drains that one. It's a high-risk, low-reward shot, but obviously she is very comfortable with it.
So she gets two shots and gives a 5-0 lead to City High to start out here. And there's a foul on the drive by Maggie McGraw.
Saunders got in to try to defend her and got a hand on her arm. Quick foul for her today.
Yep, first foul of the game, and Indianola lobs it out for Berg over to McGraw.
2-3 zone. No, they come back to their man-to-man defense.
And man, almost muscled it up there was Sorensen, but didn't quite go. On the breakout. Up and good is Kaylin Morgan.
And a timeout needed for Indianola right now.
As Iowa City West roars out to 7-0 lead. We'll take a break and be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Des Moines area is starting to buy trucks at Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. Up to $13,000 off MSRP. Select new 17 Ford F-150s. And up to $8,500 off MSRP. Select new 17 Super Duties. Schottenkirk Ford, the truck stop. Up to $13,000 off select new F-150s. Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. The truck stops here. SchottenkirkFord.com. The Des Moines.
Well, Indianola takes a timeout after falling behind quickly 7-0 here in this ball game, and Dar Danielson along with Andy Pollock, probably Andy just telling them to slow down and run the offense a little bit.
Yeah, it's really been the turnovers for Indianola, the story. And
that one blocked as Berg drives, and here comes West. They're going to run. Saunders looked at it, now goes in and pulls up, hits it.
And she's gimpy coming off that, but Saunders is the story so far for West, but she's hobbling on that left leg, and that's the one that she had ACL surgery on.
She's got 7 of their 9 points.
Just came down a little funny off that last shot.
3 miss, and here comes Kaylin Morgan with the ball. Up to Logan Cook in a travel as Zacharias gets it. And a turnover.
Zacharias just a little quick on that. We've seen, one of the things, if there's one, the officials for this tournament have done a great job, but the one thing that's been inconsistent so far in this entire tournament is what it's a travel and what's not. So we've seen that a lot.
Saw a big one in that last game.
Yes, we did.
On a turnover when Johnson had a chance to maybe tie it with a 3 there.
But just sometimes stepping into the shot is a travel, sometimes it's not, and I get that that's a very tough call to make because you're looking at a lot of other things and it's tough to look down at your feet, but I think everyone needs to get on the same page and really decide what is a travel and
Berg throws
and
it to the
not.
corner. Now back out to Maggie McGraw. McGraw drives in and puts it up and gets the foul, and we'll see, that might have been Zacharias.
It is, and that's too easy to let McGraw take the baseline like that. If you're Iowa City West, she obviously knows her way around the basket and just kind of craftily, she dribbled around way too much to let her have the ball and be able to do that. Not good for West.
And hits the free throw to get Indianola on the board here with 4:37 to play.
Emma Cook will check out of the game. Paige Beckner checks in, another senior for this West squad.
And the second free throw rattles out, so they shut off the 9-0 run, but only get one of the 2 free throws.
Points hard to come by early on for Indianola.
Here's West again. Up top, Saunders. And that one tipped away by Berg, but they keep possession and then a foul against Latham, I think.
If Berg doesn't get her hand on that as she steps in from the outside, Zacharias has a wide open layup, as I'm not sure Carrington Keel necessarily recognized on the other side that she needed to rotate over on defense.
First foul on Indianola. And Zacharias misses the free throw. He's shooting at about a 59% clip. She'll get one more and hits it. And it's a 9-point lead here for West.
It's been all West early on.
Yep, Indianola with the ball. Berg spins down the lane and gets the foul.
You see kind of a little clear out play for Indianola, give Berg an opportunity. She's a mismatch wherever she is on the court. I think in the first couple minutes we really saw Indianola try to force her the ball and led to a couple turnovers. But here we see her just as they clear things out for her and let her go.
Here's Berg at the free throw line, hits it.
Berg over 20 points a game here in her senior year. She'll finish things up at to Missouri next year, Columbia.
So they cut the lead down to 7 now. Here comes West back with it. Over on the wing, Morgan will drive, tries to kick it out, but Berg's right there to take it away.
Berg got a hand, and once you see her, she plays on the wing and then just reaches in with those long arms and has batted a few balls away so far.
Pull-up jumper, Maggie McGraw is good.
And that's tough. McGraw in rhythm off the dribble, able to drain it from about 12 feet away. You see even with a hand in her face, she rises up above the defense.
Little 4-0 run here by Indianola. Into the middle there to Cook, now back out. Over left side, Paige Beckner. Logan Cook. And that man-to-man defense of Indianola kind of slowing the West offense at the moment. Cutters come through. Morgan dribbles through and gets stopped baseline by Berg.
I'm not quite sure West, they haven't really attacked the basket. Here we go.
Cook pulls up, and then the foul call to bail her out there. And that may go against Keel.
Yes, it is. You know what you notice here is Indianola in a man-to-man defense, but man, once that ball works its way into the lane, they are swarming. They are really trying to get there and keep them out of that scoring zone.
Logan Cook hits the free throw.
A lot of height on this Iowa City West squad.
Cook gets the second one. He's got 2 now. And Emma Cook back in. There's Logan Cook, which is C-O-O-K, and Emma Cook, which is K-O-C-H.
More than one way to skin a cat, as my father-in-law used to say. You get to cook one way or the other there.
Keel to McGraw. She pulls up. Pops it. McGraw has a couple jumpers now.
Just with a quick little stutter move to get over to the left side, and that hanging right-handed jump shot. So tough to defend as she's leaning into the defense as well.
And a travel called on Saunders.
And that's a travel for sure on that one. That's
when you shuffle them, that's pretty easy to call. Oh, here comes Indianola again, a chance to cut into that lead. McGraw pull up again. That one's short, put back, and the foul. Grace Berg with the bucket.
Do we give McGraw the benefit of the doubt there and say that was a pass to Berg? Because the only one there went off the miss was Grace Berg to put it in, and she finds herself, again, Berg letting things come to her in that case, and that's better for her when the game happens that way. She can clean up around the basket, and such a nice touch.
Had it drawn all air maybe, but that just clipped the rim, so we'll just say good rebounding by Berg.
Berg, who's been so good at this during her career and throughout her time at the state tournament.
And that makes it a 2-point ball game as Berg connects. She's got 4 points in the early going here for Indianola. Drive, kick it back outside to Cook. And now the other Cook.
Oh, that's a save by Berg. That's a big save by Berg because she was beat baseline. McGraw was.
Get out. Well, looked at the three, decides to drive and draws the foul. I think the push on Beckner maybe.
Down here at the other end, Cook had made a little move to cut baseline, and Berg, if Berg does not get her hand on that, that's an easy 2 points for Iowa City West.
So 5 team fouls already here in the first quarter for Iowa City West. And Indianola chance now to get a tie. Oh, quick look inside. Nice pass. And Beckner gets another foul.
Good flash, too, by Sorensen as she came in. Just kind of gave a quick little nod into the lane and then quick slid around Beckner and able to find herself in, like you said, a great pass to see her open. Good anticipation, too, on the cut.
Maddie Sorensen to the line. And misses it. Sorensen hitting about a 55% clip.
Free throw shooting so important in these close games. We saw Iowa City High in that first game today go 9 for 10 down the stretch in what was a 4-point game at the time. So
misses the second. Rebound comes off to Logan Cook. On the left side to Morgan. Tried to lob it inside a little too much to Logan Cook. And up to Berg and almost stripped out of there by Zacharias, and now Zacharias does strip it out of there. And here comes West on the run, and almost a turnover. Things getting a little ragged. There's a three, no good. A rebound pulled down by Indianola.
Zacharias all over the court out there.
Cross court, over for three, no good. The miss by Maggie McGraw.
That ball came off her hands kind of funny. She was almost looked like a knuckleball as it came off her hands.
West now on offense. On the drive, back out. Cook, she'll pull up for three. High bouncer off the rim, rebounded by Liza Lathram. And all the way across to the corner for three, no good. Just about had it there was Keel.
Long pass almost got him an easy one in transition.
So this last minute, we've had a lot of shots, but no scoring.
Yeah.
And we'll see, West will probably play for one now, I'm thinking.
If you're Indianola, you got to feel pretty good about only being down 2 right now after only shooting 30% in this first quarter.
Under 10.
Look for a cutter here.
Zacharias will drive and gets it blocked, but the foul will be called on Maggie McGraw.
Actually, the officials are discussing it right now. I'm not sure if it's going to be on McGraw or on Lathram.
Let's see.
They did get McGraw for it, yep. McGraw with the body or Lathram with kind of the push from behind. I didn't know who they would get for it, but I think they each signaled a different player.
McGraw's first, just the third on Indianola as Zacharias goes to the line. She missed her other attempt and hits this one.
Substitution for the Trojans, number 23, Aubrey Cook.
Cook back in the game.
Aubrey Cook.
Audrey, yes.
Yeah, the younger.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah,
so
there's 3 cooks in here, yeah.
Too many cooks in the kitchen?
That just spoiled them there so far, but. Here comes Indianola at the buzzer. It won't go. And 14-10 after 1. We'll take a break and be back with the second quarter after this on CISN.TV.
And here, we don't just dream, we make history by nearly doubling our clean energy as part of our 100% renewable vision. With this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger, and together we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service. This is Iowa pig farmers care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
After a quarter, it's Iowa City West 14, Indianola 10, and West around 57%, Indianola 27% shooting, Eddie Pollock.
And like I said right before the break, Indianola has to feel pretty good right now about only being down 4. And they've also cleaned up the turnovers. In the first minute and a half of that game, they had 2 turnovers. They end the third quarter, the end of the first quarter with only 3. So that's you have to feel much better about that. Coach Hansen, after that timeout, cleaned things up a little bit for Indianola. Just had the girls settle down, and then it was West that began to turn the ball over. They had 5 in that first quarter.
So West will start out the second quarter here with the ball. The winner here moves on to tomorrow night's 5A championship at 6 o'clock. You can see that one on Iowa Public Television. And here comes West. Zacharias drives in, leaves it short, and it'll go out to Indianola, and Grace Berg battling in there with Audrey Cook for the rebound, and it goes to Indianola.
The Indians fans behind us wanted to travel there, and I'm not so sure I disagree with them.
Here's McGraw, left wing. It's Indianola there in the purple with the ball. Maddie Sorensen.
See McGraw looking to post up down there right now.
It's a high screen. Raceberg to McGraw. And they called her for traveling.
I think as she went in, as she leaned in, she was expecting a little more resistance than what she got, and ended up dragging her left foot a little bit as she leaned in.
Yeah, just the slightest amount there, because I was kind of watching, and it didn't seem like it was much, but. So here's West.
Both teams have stuck with their man-to-man defense.
Inside, Cook spins, and everybody falls down. Shots missed, but it comes out to Emma Cook on the rebound.
Iowa City West has to figure out a way to get Saunders back involved. She had 7 points real fast, and we haven't heard much from her since.
Grace Berg working hard against Cook out there. There's a 3, no good, and over the back coming in is Lauren Zacharias. Should be called for the foul, her second.
We mentioned earlier how Zacharias is so aggressive out there and everything that she does, flying all over the court, and right there just got caught being a little too aggressive as she went after the rebound. And, this is a long time now for Indianola to be in the 1-and-1 bonus.
Yeah, already the first foul here of the second quarter, and they're in the 1-and-1. And so here we go. And she'll get the bonus. Latham hits it.
Latham, a 61% free throw shooter.
And now down to a 2-point lead again. That's the first 2 points for Latham in the ball game. Out on that right side, Iowa City looking for the cutters coming through Cook. Pass and move is what they're doing. Cook is guarded in there by Berg. Throw it outside deep, now up top. And on the drive, just leaves the little runner there. Nice job by Emma Cook.
Yeah, Cook in the lane realized that she had an opening, took it, hung in the air for a long time, and like you said, just got it to fall.
Back up to a 4-point lead. Here's a 3. Good by Maddie Sorensen.
Sorensen had all sorts of time. No one really recognized her as a shooter for Iowa City West, and she had a lot of time to line that up and take the shot.
The Shields 3-point play, and then Berg gets it on the other end. Grace Berg, Indianola looking to take their first lead in this ball game. McGraw drives, throws it over to save herself from turning it over there.
She likes that baseline down there.
Keel with it, looking for the cutters down low. Oh, long look at the 3 by Latham, decides not. Here's Grace Berg, drops it inside, up, and the scooper goes for Maddie Sorensen.
You know, it's the English that Maddie Sorensen put on that ball. She did not have a good angle for that shot, but she's rolled it right off her fingers and gave it a little extra English to go in the hole.
First lead of the game for Indianola is won at 17-16.
Iowa City West has to figure out a way to get Saunders back involved. She hasn't even touched the ball in the last several trips down the court.
I lob to Cook and give her credit for pulling that down and answering, and West takes the lead right back. McGraw drives, and it almost had travel there as the two West players fought for it. And a travel the other way. And Kaylin Morgan travels, and I'm not going to say it again, but I don't know what a travel is.
I continue to wonder. Definitely maybe a makeup call from the other end of the court quickly as they came down the other end.
Oh, no, they don't do that.
Ah, right, I know. They may not, but when I'm coaching, I beg for them. So
yeah. Berg to McGraw. She dribbles in, keeps it going, and then almost got the little left or right-handed floater up there, but couldn't get it to go. Beckner gets fouled by Keel.
Keel got herself caught, lost her balance a little bit, and really left her no choice but to grab on. You know, it's interesting. I look down, and it's Maddie Sorensen that's chasing Saunders all over the court right now, and that's we see a combination of kind of her and Keel chasing her all over, and she just hasn't touched the ball a whole lot, and that was what led to such a fast start for Iowa City West. There she's got it finally.
Saunders pulls up for a long three, no good. That rebound comes off to Sorensen.
And if you're Saunders, don't get impatient right now. You'll get your looks eventually, but
Latham looked at the three, then drives and gets a block from behind by Beckner.
You know, great credit to Paige Beckner right there because she recognized she was beat, but she also knew she had the height advantage and it was all right to get beat a little bit. She's got the height, she's got longer arms and able to swat that out of there.
Yeah, and she reached over and kept the body away so she didn't get the body foul and got the block out of bounds. Into McGraw for Indianola. Runner not going to go for Grace Berg.
Berg just needs to get that a little higher off the glass.
And Indianola drops back on D. Left side of Zacharias. She drives, throws it across, and it gets the bounce.
And that's why the ball needs to be in Saunders' hands right there. That is an incredible move by Rachel Saunders to get that to fall. The way she took that, we talked early in the pregame too, she is so strong out there. That time able to hang in the air and get it to fall. Not even able to get it off the glass, and she was able to get it to fall.
And Keel with her third personal foul, the fifth team foul on Indianola, and there's the free throw.
And that right there is why the ball needs to get in her hands.
And it extends it out to a 4-point lead again. Indianola's led for a couple seconds here. They took a lead at 17-16, but Iowa City West took it right back. Here's a jumper good by Maddie Sorensen.
You know, Sorensen's really stepped up right now for the Indians, and we said they have two really good players, but Sorensen now has 8 points on the day. She's already at her average or close to it. Right at her average.
And there's a runner down the baseline by Paige Beckner.
Really impressed with Beckner so far off the bench. In particular, what she's done on defense. She's been chasing Grace Berg all over the court.
Kendall Klatt into the ball game. And Sorensen calls play number one as everybody's trying to get up. There's a three. Oh, bounces out of there. Latham took a long look at it, and nobody came out, so she shot it. Now back the other way is Cook. Pulls out the rebound. It was Emma Cook. Here's a three that misses everything from Beckner.
I'm not sure that's a shot they want Beckner taking right there. She got caught up a little bit in the flow of the game, and she found herself open. It's a good shot. sometimes the shot looks really good until it leaves your hand and it doesn't feel quite as good.
So Kaylin Morgan and Logan Cook come back into the ball game for Iowa City West. Here's Indianola again, coming up on 2 minutes to play. Inside cut and knocked out of bounds. And Maggie McGraw was saying, I got fouled. Where is the foul there? But if you go straight up with your arms, Andy, they're not going to call a foul on that usually.
And we've seen a lot of contact throughout this tournament not get called fouls when you see, like you said, when you see them straight up. And we even saw, we've even seen officials motion that they're straight up, so they'll let it go. One of the best at it, honestly, is Grace Berg. I mean, she plays straight up. She doesn't get a whole lot of fouls, and 0 so far in this game, but you see her just play straight up when she gets down to the post.
And, man, the lane opens up and just she takes it to the hole is Caitlin Morgan.
Such a quick move by Morgan there.
And all the defenders kind of turned their heads and followed the offensive players through, and it left the open lane, and here's a foul.
Morgan is committed to UNI to play basketball, and we brought it up on several broadcasts, but the collection of Division I talent at this tournament is outstanding. I don't know that we've seen this much before. And not just in-state either. We've got them all over the place.
Yeah. So McGraw gets the 1-on-1 and hits the front end, so she'll get the second.
Speaking of D1 talent.
Yeah.
Maggie McGraw signed with Iowa State.
Oh, and that one rolls down the hole and out, and Logan Cook pulls the rebound down. And here comes West. Much slower pace in that first game. Here's a three. Long rebound comes out, battled for, and taken away by Grace Berg.
Berg's been fun to watch.
Berg now takes it, kicks it out. McGraw for three. No good. Rebound pulled down by Zacharias. And she'll pull it up. Here's a three from the corner. Good!
Right in rhythm, Audrey Cook, the freshman.
Cook. And that's the Shields three-point play.
No doubt about it when it left her hand, even when she caught it.
Yep, lead up to 8, and Berg gets it stripped right out of her hands by Emma Cook. And down the lane, Zacharias dishes off baseline. Jumper, no good. Rebound comes off to Cook, over to Cook, inside to Cook. And back outside to Zacharias for three.
Iowa City West is heating up right now. You see the ball handling, the ball movement, the ability to keep swinging, keep Indianola rotating on defense has given them some excellent looks from the three-point line.
And Indianola needs to get a bucket. It's been a while here. Maggie McGraw dribbles through, takes it in, looks for the pressure. She gets the foul. Her patented scoop shot, just not quite the English that time to go.
Battled through a lot of contact. It's kind of interesting. It was the official right over here that made the call, and his whistle. We heard it, but it was. I'm not sure if his whistle got stuck or what, because not too many other people on the court heard the whistle blow and kind of continued to play through it.
There's the free throw from McGraw. She's got 8.
McGraw has been so talented for Coach Hansen, just a junior, already a 1,000-point scorer. She averages almost 19 points a game.
Hits that one, cuts it down below 10 here with now 10 seconds to play. Iowa City West looking for a buzzer beater on the drive, bounce pass across, shot, no good. And we'll go to halftime with Iowa City West leading 31-22. We'll take a break here and we'll come back and we'll check out the first half scoring. We'll also have the head coach from the winning Iowa City High team coming as our guest here at halftime. We'll come up with that after this on CISN.TV.
A strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years. Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
Stronger.
Building a
Faster. Healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community. You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we got it all.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Welcome back to Wells Fargo Arena. Courtside here at halftime. It's Iowa City West leading Indianola 31-22. Dar Danielson with you, and joining me is the head coach of Iowa City High and winning here over Johnston 58-52 to advance to the title game. And man, that game wore me out. I imagine you as a coach, you did too, huh?
Oh, it sure did. That was a tremendous team we defeated, and could have gone either way, and I was very pleased at how the girls bounced back after the tough first half.
A game of runs, but the big one for you was minute 32, it was tied, and then you kind of outscored them 6-0 to take the kind of control late in that ball game.
The whole game, the entire game was a game of runs, and we happened to hit a good one there in the third quarter and finished pretty strong in the fourth, and couldn't be more proud of the girls right now. And time to relax a little bit, and then we'll watch some game tape. We have practice tonight, and whoever we play, whether it's Iowa City West or Indianola, we know we're going to have our hands full tomorrow.
Have you played West already?
We've played Iowa City West twice.
Yeah. Right. And so you kind of know them, but Indianola, you haven't played them, right? So
we scrimmaged them last year. They were a very, very good team, but we don't have the tape on them that we have, obviously, on Iowa City West. And we saw Indianola beat a very fine Cedar Falls team on Monday. So we know either one of these teams that we play, both of them are going to be excellent competition, and we have to bring our A game.
We'll go back to the Johnston game, and they were getting out and running. They had a lot of fast break points, and then you seem to kind of slow that down a little bit and flip it. And was that anything you did an adjustment-wise to that, or?
Well, we went into our blue, and that's a half-court press, and that was to try to slow that down, and we were pretty successful there. But one thing we stressed on game tape is we watched Johnson, and they run the floor so well. The point of emphasis was to make sure we got back and that we could slow Maya down. Maya McDermott, she's a tremendous point guard.
Yeah, and I know she got one of those, I've seen several of her games this year, one of those floater shots, but you didn't really let her get in there and shoot it over you. You got a couple blocks on her, and you kind of identified her because when she starts scoring, she heats up, and then not only she scores, then she dishes it off, and that's a key to stopping them, isn't it?
Yeah, that was our number one key, to try to slow her down, and Rose Nakumu and Ayanna Lindsay did a tremendous job, and that was one of the keys to the victory right there.
Well, and Ashley Jones has already broken the record for 5A scoring in a tournament, and you got a game left. Can you believe that?
I'm hoping she saves the best for the last one.
Well, 24 today, and then it's kind of nice to have Aubrey only had of 5 points today, but that's a combination that you can't just stick with one. I know they were tripling Ashley at times, and then the other players stepped up too. When they stopped in there on the triple team on Ashley, then the other players stepped up, didn't they?
Well, that's going to be a key tomorrow because Ashley's a marked girl. She'll have 2 or 3 on her, whoever we play, and it's whether the other girls step up like they have all year. It's not a one-person team, even though we believe that Ashley's the best player in the state, if not the Midwest.
One of the things I'm impressed with her is some players, they get that triple team and they get a little discouraged or mad, but she stays within her game, doesn't she? She doesn't try to do too much, and she realizes, yeah, I'm going to be the target, so look to get it out, and then knowing I'm going to get it back maybe too.
She's improved in all areas, and she was an excellent player. She's been the MVP of our conference for 3, and this was the 4th straight year. I think that's unheard of. She was as a freshman, but she's picked up her game each year, and now she's shooting over 60% from threes and 60% from twos, and averaging between 11 and 12 rebounds a game. 2-to-1 ratio for assist to turnovers, or better than 2-to-1. She's done everything for us this year, and hopefully we win one more game because she deserves it.
So you say you watch a little tape, and then anything else did you do special before the game? Or
we've had a great squad that has helped us out tremendously. They'll be at City High at 5 o'clock tonight, and then we've got one of the local banks is putting together a meal for us, and we're hoping that we stay focused because the celebration is going to be short because we got a big one tomorrow, and then probably leave the school tomorrow around, or we're thinking about 11:30, get a lunch and late lunch, and then get down here about 2 hours before the game.
Okay, well, congratulations, Coach. Man, that was some outstanding basketball, and your girls did what it took to advance to the championship, and good luck to you tomorrow night.
Thank you. And I want to take my hat off to Johnston because they're a tremendous team, and Chad's a good friend of mine. And it's too bad one of us had to lose, but that's the way this thing, that's what sport's all about.
But that's what you want, don't you? You want a back and forth in the game that you feel like, man, I was in the tussle, but we won it.
That's right.
All right. Coach Bill McTaggart will take a break here, come back with more at halftime after this on CISN.TV.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
All you have to do is you just have to get their feet here on the pavement and big. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
you must be boring.
This is a magical place.
It has become something of a lost art, remembering someone's face. Remembering a name. They're the building blocks of a strong, caring community. Can you think of anything else more important than that? We can't.
Here at halftime, Dar Danielson along with Andy Pollock. The halftime score 31-22. Well, looking at the stats, Iowa City West shot about 46%, and Indianola around 32%. Rebound, a little edge to Iowa City West, Andy, and then turnover's pretty close, but the rebounding edge, and Indianola had a little trouble finding some shots there in the in first quarter, second quarter. They just never got in a real big rhythm on offense.
And where you really saw Iowa City West start to pull away in that second quarter is when they only turned the ball over one time in the second quarter. So that's a big help to them as they were able to protect the ball. They had a little sloppy stretch at the end of the first quarter, but cleaned it up in the second quarter, and that's why they've been able to get out to this 9-point lead.
And the first half scoring, Rachel Saunders with 10 for West to lead all scores, 6 for Lauren Zacharias. Other leaders, Maggie McGraw with 8 for Indianola, 7 for Maddie Sorensen, and 5 for Grace Berg. So nothing too out of the ordinary, what we expect to see there, but maybe a little more scoring out of Indianola.
Sure, and Maddie Sorensen really has stepped up and hit a couple big shots. She's already got to her season average in the first half. She's been, as we have really seen Iowa City West identify Indianola shooters in Berg and McGraw, we've seen Sorensen step up and hit a couple shots. So it'll be interesting to see how they choose to attack things in the second half. See a couple screens to try to free up those two girls for Indianola. Iowa City West, if you're them, you just continue to play hard defense and give Indianola only one opportunity each time at the basket, like they've been doing a pretty good job of so far in the first half.
And Indianola only led once by 1 point, and Iowa City West has led most of this game. They led by 11, and that's the biggest lead here. As they jumped out early, Indianola fought back, took the lead, but then Iowa City West came right back. So if they don't have time of possession, but right, we're talking football. They don't have the time of possession stat too.
Well, and then Iowa City West is going to want to get Saunders back involved in the game. She hit a couple shots early, and then a couple more shots late in the second quarter. And she is really what makes this team go. She can really create a lot of nice shots for herself out there as well. So we'll see. Sorensen was covering her, Keel was covering her. Really trying to keep the ball out of her hands. So obviously Indianola has identified her as what makes them tick, but we've also seen a couple other, not hitting multiple shots, but just individual players for Iowa City West hitting individual big shots to keep this lead for the Trojans.
Well, ready to start the second half. Indianola will start with the ball here to start the second half. Maggie McGraw, Maddie Sorensen, Carrington Keel, Liza Latham and Grace Berg starting out for Indianola here. And on the drive, and that's off by Berg, and the rebound comes off to City High.
They're really forcing Berg to take those shots, those floaters a long ways from the basket.
Down on the baseline, stopped down there is Emma Cook. Gets it outside to Saunders. Turn around by Logan Cook. Missed the rebound, put back up and missed, and then the foul will be called, I think, on Kaylin Morgan on the rebound.
Got blocked out a little there. I almost thought initially they were going to call it on Sorensen. She thought maybe she went over the back a little bit there.
The only big area of issue for Iowa City West in the first half was they got Indianola got in the bonus fairly early.
Yes, with over 6 minutes to go in that second quarter, they were already shooting 1-1.
And out front, Morgan picks the pocket of Maggie McGraw. 3-on-1, dish off, and up and good by Rachel Saunders.
Morgan creating with her defense, which we saw her do in that quarterfinal game. Such quick hands and obviously quick feet as well, and able to get the steal.
Saunders with 12 points now. And it's 33-22, back up to an 11-point lead. Baseline drive and then a foul called.
You got Zacharias for that one.
Yep.
I think she tried to cut off Keel baseline, but
third on Zacharias, the second team foul on Zacharias will sit down for a little bit with those 3 fouls. And Paige Beckner did a lot of good work off the bench in the first half.
She did. She got to play quite a bit as well. And Zacharias really, she brings a spark to the Women of Troy squad. So
Grace Berg on the drive, floater just short, and that's been trying to get that shot over the top. It's not just been
but again, yeah, and they're forcing her to take that shot, 6 to 8 feet from the basket, and that's a 2 to 3 foot from the basket type shot.
Here's Emma Cook on the drive, kicks it out. Morgan now pulls up for 3.
That shot was pretty there by Morgan, just a fake in, step back 3. Iowa City West cooking to start this second half.
Quick 5-point spurt here. We'll take a break and be back with more after this on CSN.TV.
The value of staying active cannot be overlooked in our lives or our young athletes. However, high-intensity workouts come with the risk of injury. If you or your child have sustained a sports injury, Select Physical Therapy in conjunction with Iowa Ortho are here to help with 2 convenient walk-in locations.
From diagnosis through recovery, you'll be put directly into the hands of experts who will evaluate and treat your sports-related injury.
Call us today for an evaluation.
A 2 and a 3 by Iowa City West to start the second half, and they widen that lead out to 14 here over Indianola, and Bert Hansen takes a timeout to talk it over. Dar Danielson alongside Andy Pollock here in the second 5A semifinal of the day. Winner meets Iowa City High. Bounce inside and stolen away by Beckner.
Working so hard to get the ball down there to Berg.
Saunders all the way down, almost got the coast to coast, but it doesn't fall. And here comes Indianola. Sorensen will bring it up. Into the middle, kicked out.
Someone else going to have to step up for Indianola here as they are all over Berg and McGraw every time they touch the ball.
McGraw trying to go baseline. Now she gets doubled, now throws it across. And then a foul called as Grace Berg gets hit. Was that Cook?
Yeah, Logan Cook. Just kind of got caught in a bad situation, was going after the basketball, and Berg went up to get it, and she came down, and too much contact to let it slide this time.
Now that's the third on Logan Cook, so she'll have to sit down for a little bit. And again, we're seeing some fouls pile up here on Iowa City West.
Iowa City West plays super aggressive defense in the half court. They're not a team that's going to extend the pressure, but man, in that half court set, look out.
Grace Berg with Beckner on her. Trying to find a gap in that defense. She'll pull up and knock. Beckner blocks it. Back the other way. Zacharias kicks it out. Beckner traveled. Now there was a travel.
That was a travel.
Shuffled the feet.
Certainly was. Beckner coming from the other end, though. That block that she had on Grace Berg, Beckner is drawn way out. She's 6'1", and they've got her all the way out defending the three-point line. That's not a shot you want to take a three-pointer over. That's someone you want to drive on when you get in that situation.
So the freshman Audrey Cook back into the lineup now for Iowa City West.
She provided a nice little spark off the bench in the first half.
Logan sitting down with the fouls, and we still have Emma Cook in there. Berg driving and gets a block. I think that was Beckner again, wasn't it?
Believe so. Long arms in there for Paige.
Looked at the three, now pulls back and hits it. Nope, off. Looked like it was going in, but it hit the side, didn't it, from this angle?
Yeah, from our angle, it looked like it was through the basket.
About to give the three call, but it didn't. Angles to be deceiving. Berg! Oh, man, she just cannot get it to go, and that one was forced.
She's working so hard to get that ball to the basket, and by the time she gets there, she's been so hard off the glass on so many shots, and that's not what we've seen out of Grace Berg in the past. Normally has such a nice touch around the basket.
Left side with it, Morgan. Dribbles back between the legs. Now inside down the lane, up and good by Emma Cook. Good flash down.
Yes, Cook with a great little cut. You don't call it back door, I guess, in the front door cut, I suppose, in that situation.
Yeah.
Indianola looks a little worn out right now. Not any movement in their offense.
Yeah, 7-0 run to start the third quarter here. And down the lane, up again. Those shots high off. Berg with the rebound, and then she draws the foul.
The length of Iowa City West is causing a lot of issues right now, as you see down there. Emma Cook is 5'11", Paige Beckner down there at 6'1". When they get Logan Cook down there, she's 6'1". And there's not just one wave of defense for Berg to go through or for McGraw to go through. They've got a lot of different arms to shoot through.
Here's McGraw for three!
And if Indianola is going to get back in this game, that's what it's going to take. I'm not sure they want a shot from that far away. She was a foot behind the NBA line when she let that one fly.
But she hits it. Emma Cook inside, back over, and gets off. No good, and Grace Berg pulls down the rebound.
Dar, I got to give you credit. There's a lot of different cooks, and you're keeping them all straight out there.
Trying to. Berg down the lane. That's the shot she wants.
Yes, that's the look we've talked about for Grace Berg. That time she got a little body. It was more body. She didn't have to shoot through the arms that she's had to shoot through the last several times down the court, and much better off the glass there for Grace.
She scored 4 in the first, none in the second. Now gets 2 here as they try to come back. Got it down to 9, and the rebound pulled down by Indianola. Latham, and here they come. They're on a little run here, 5-0. Berg down the lane, puts it up and gets the foul and almost got the bucket to go too.
Again, strong off the glass, and there's been plenty of contact that she's had to battle through so far today, and that time just a little hard off the glass. But, you can just kind of tell the look in her eye right now. Grace Berg is not yet ready to let her high school career come to a close.
Second on Emma Cook, fifth team foul now on Iowa City West, and Berg misses the free throw.
Iowa City West's defensive game plan today has been outstanding.
They're already 5 fouls to none, and 2 more, and they're in the bonus here, and we still have a lot of the third quarter to go.
But you can't take it with you. You know?
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
They're all right with allowing Indianola to beat them at the free throw line. Apparently, they just don't want them to beat them with easy buckets, make them earn it at the free throw line.
Second free throw makes it a 6-0 run now by Indianola, and they cut the lead to 10. Here's the drive, the kick out to Beckner. She's looking for somebody to get it to, and then gets it to Saunders, who drives and misses, and the rebound to Sorensen.
That's one of the first times today we haven't seen Saunders finish at the hole.
Gets it off to Maggie McGraw. Top weave back out to McGraw for 3, short, and is going to go out of bounds that time.
It's the look on McGraw's face when she let it go right away. It was like someone just took a sip of sour milk. She knew right away when she let it go.
Because she was in such a good position on that one. She was closer in, and it seemed like, and it just one of those things where maybe the angle there for her too shooting. We talked about it. Wells Fargo open on those ends, and sometimes it's a little bit different shooting here.
And it was that way from the moment she let it go.
Yeah, it was just like, Here's Saunders. Back up top to Morgan. Or excuse me, that's Tellis. Tellis drive, blocked away. Berg swats it out of there.
Again, Indianola's got a rim protector there and Grace Berg under the hoop, so they can overextend that defense and really try to force a drive, because that's not the first time we've seen Berg block a shot like that.
She's 6 foot, but I don't know what her extension is with her arms. She's got some good wingspan there too.
And some hops.
And Cook back in there, Logan Cook in. That's Emma Cook who gets it to Logan Cook, and travel called. I almost thought she might get called for the offensive because she brought that kind of chicken wing over and pushed into the defender, but they call her for the travel instead.
Yeah, it almost looked like a slick spot on the court as she came in a little bit of a slip on the baseline, and Indianola trying to work their way back into it.
Under 2 minutes to play, third quarter. They had it to 10, trying to get it below double digits. Backdoor cut and blocked by Emma Cook. Berg
challenged
gets it
every
back.
time.
Here's drive knocked away from Keel. Over to Sorensen, and then a hold off the ball called, as that time trying to hold Maggie McGraw.
Tellis they got for it.
Tellis. That's the 6th team foul, so we could see Indianola get into the bonus yet here in the third quarter.
Saunders will take a break, so Iowa City West loses the bulk of their scoring here for probably the last part of the quarter.
And there's a drive, and she stumbles through, nothing called, and gets up. And back the other way, Iowa City West. Throw it all the way across the top, and then out top, and a foul. Hustling back was McGraw. But she's still frustrated by that last drive down there where she got knocked down. That's just the first team foul on Indianola.
McGraw's got 11 points today, but they have been so hard to come by for her. Everything has been challenged. Same with Berg, 8 points, but just nothing has come easy for those two ladies today.
The Beckner and Saunders back in for Iowa City West. Over in the corner, Beckner for 3, rolls out, long rebound, battle for, and he's going to throw it out of there, and it's going to stay with West. That was a tough spot to be down there.
Yeah, Sorensen just got frustrated down there, and really, as she tried to rip it away, lost control of it.
Well, trying to find somebody to throw it to, too, but unable to. Lob out to Beckner. And Tellis almost had to travel there.
She did. She changed her pivot feet out here.
That's what I thought, too. Saunders spins around in the lane. Cook now travels.
Every time someone drives into the lane, you've got almost 10 hands immediately going in.
in there. You better have strong hold on the ball when you do that. Well, Indianola, again, an attempt to get it down to below 10 here.
I'm not sure you want to hold for one, though, right now if you're Indianola.
No. They scored the last 6 points. Crossover by Sorensen. Kicks it to the left side. Kiel thought about it. Now they'll send it back out to Sorensen.
Now they may.
Over to Berg. Grace Berg. Left baseline. Good for 3.
And that's a huge shot by Carrington Kiel as we head to the end of this quarter.
7 seconds. Outside Kaylin Morgan. She crosses over. It looked like she traveled. And there's a shot the other way. It won't go. But we got a 7-point ball game. West has seen their lead cut from 16 down to 7 here. We'll be back with the fourth period after this on CISN.TV.
Spring has arrived at the all-new Fireplace Superstore. Drop in and check out all the new 2017 patio furniture. At Fireplace Superstore, you will find Central Iowa's most complete outdoor furniture selection for your deck and patio, including gas and charcoal grills, fire pits, and wicker furniture. Get in on the early spring savings going on now. Fireplace Superstore has been creating your outdoor style for over 35 years. Fireplace Superstore just west of Homemakers on Douglas in Urbandale.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we got it all.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all?
I've had, the people I've met, I couldn't have imagined a better college experience. The professor gets to know you really quickly. I know that people know who I am and that they care about me. With the opportunities I have here, I'm going to be able to succeed. Now I just feel like I can do anything. I don't know, just the opportunities I've had, the people I've met.
Here we go with the fourth quarter. Indianola on a 9-0 run, closed to within 7, cut down what had been a 16-point lead. Saunders on the drive, high off the glass. Berg gets it, fouled by Emma Cook. And that'll be the bonus now for here on out for Indianola.
You know, give a lot of credit to Maddie Sorensen. Recognized a little bit late to come over on the help defense, but once she got there, stayed straight up and really challenged that shot by Saunders.
So
I think Saunders thought she had a clear path to the basket.
Logan Cook has 3 and Emma Cook has 3 fouls. And here's Berg to the free throw line and hits it. Or excuse me, McGraw. Berg to the free throw line.
They're all players we've been watching for a lot of years.
Yep. And the second one bounces off. And the lead to 6. Berg with 9 points. Iowa City West working with it. Zacharias. Left side to Morgan. As McGraw picks her up. Weaving in and out.
I love that matchup between McGraw and Morgan. I've got my eye on that the whole time.
Up top to again, now over to Emma Cook. Hands it off to Logan Cook. And to Saunders, she almost lost it behind her, but they're going to pull it out.
No rush here for Iowa City West, leading by 6.
Nope. One thing you need to worry about, too, though, is your offense cooling down sometimes. Here's a long 3. That may not have been the shot you wanted, Andy.
Yeah, you work for about 75 seconds, and that's the shot you get. I'm not sure that's how you want to work it.
So here's Grace Berg. Rotated over. Looks like they're going to give her the 3 over there, but she's not going to take it. Latham back up to Berg. They're going to work for a little better one. Trying to get Berg through there. Cook pushing through. Three off, no good. And Berg tried to get through there, but was boxed out nicely by Rachel Saunders underneath.
That's the look they want
Yeah.
if you're Indianola, right there. That's one of the few open looks they've had today.
Here comes Iowa City West on the drive.
Quick hands.
Emma Cook, has it knocked away, but it goes off Maddie Sorensen. And they'll inbound on their own bucket. Zacharias calling a play there. We'll see what. No, they're going to run out for Cook. Logan Cook. She comes in against Berg. Now up top. Zacharias drives in and up and good. There's a good, strong move.
Yeah, great move by Zacharias.
Timeout called by Iowa City West. 2 minutes gone in the fourth. 8-point lead for West. We'll be back after this on CISN.TV.
They just have to get their feet here on the pavement and big. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
You must be boring.
this is a magical place.
Well, we got 6 minutes to determine who will meet City High in the title game tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. You can watch that one on Iowa Public Television. And we've had fun bringing you these games, quarterfinals through the semifinals. A lot more to go yet today, and then a few semifinals tomorrow to decide the championship matchups. 5A going to be decided first this year. Inside to Berg, now back outside. Sorensen loses the handle on it a minute. But Zacharias unable to get it. Now Berg posting up there. They all the way crossed. Now back up top. Inside to Berg. Kicks it out for three. Good! Liza Lathram.
Everyone collapses on Berg on the kick out to Latham, and that's a shot they're going to need to hit.
5-point lead. Now for West and the ball. Logan Cook up high against Berg. Throws it down the lane and foul on the floor, they're going to say.
They set a little screen up here at the elbow for Morgan as she came down. McGraw just a little bit behind her. McGraw got her when she went up in the air to stop the pass.
McGraw's third, only the second team foul here. Here's a three. No good, man. That'd have been big by Saunders if she hit that. So no points in that time down the floor for West, and here comes Indianola, a chance to cut into the lead even more.
Indianola very patient on their last possession. Took almost 45 seconds off the clock, but got a three-pointer out of it.
Lathram, she's the one to hit that three. Oh, almost a misstep by Keel there. And Berg in, out to Keel for three. Rattles out, no good. Boy, this place would have exploded if she hit that. Down the lane is Zacharias, out for three. Emma Cook can't get it. Rebound comes off to Keel.
Couple quick possessions for West.
On the run, Sorensen will bring it out. Lathram.
Indianola's had some great looks at it the last few times down the court.
Boy, they're sticking all over Maggie McGraw like glue, Kaylin Morgan is.
McGraw's just content to keep her out of the way right now of everybody else. We're playing a little 4-on-4 game here.
Looking for Berg inside against Cook. Cook behind her. Now take the three off, no good. Long rebound comes out. And Morgan's going to push it. Up and the foul.
It's one of those situations as Maddie Sorensen, she kind of followed along and then made that little dart move right underneath at the last second. And if you're going to reach for the ball, you've got to be able to stop them from getting the ball up to the hoop at that point. And she was not able to do it, just got enough of the hand to get the foul called.
So just the third team foul here on Indianola, and that could come into play later in the game as the free throw is up and rattles out and is rebounded by Berg. So a 7-point lead. Berg goes in, drives in, and there's that floater that we're looking for out of Berg.
Yep, very good touch off that one. She's adjusted a little bit and able to get through the trees in there.
She's got 11. 42-37, West with the ball. Down the lane, up and good. Zacharias.
That time that she was able to beat Berg to the hole after she got by Sorensen, she was able to beat Berg over there as Berg comes by on the help.
And Bert Hansen wants to talk it over here, knowing that each possession is key. We'll take a break, come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
To be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Here at Wells Fargo Arena, Iowa City West so far holding off Indianola 44-37. Art Danielson, Andy Pollock with you as Bert Hansen called the timeout with the possession here and maybe set up some kind of pressure if they make the basket, Andy.
Yeah, we've actually seen Indianola play very, very patient basketball on the offensive end the last couple times, and they've got some good looks, but they can't get a stop on defense. Every time they go down and hit a bucket, Iowa City West is quickly back the other way. If you're watching this game right now not knowing the score, you might actually think that Indianola's in the lead because they're the ones taking the time off. Iowa City West getting the quick shots off. Both of them are effective. It's just the clock.
Killer, though, when you take all that time to score,
Yep.
and then, boom, they're right down the floor and score again.
Clock, a huge enemy right now for Indianola.
Here comes Sorensen inside. Oh, looking for Berg, and a misplay there and good defense by Zacharias. So we'll see now. Maybe West might milk a little time off the clock.
Indianola may want to think with no shot clock. There we go. Yep. Think about fouling here just because of the situation.
Yeah, that's just a 14 foul on them. Liza Latham with the foul, and Emma Cook right here in front of us to throw it in. Gets it to Kaylee Morgan. Winner looking to advance to tomorrow night's championship game at 6 o'clock on IPTV. They'll face Iowa City High, the top seed.
Maybe a battle for the boot girls basketball edition here.
Yep.
If Iowa City West can hang on here.
City High's beaten West twice, but turnaround jumper is good by Morgan.
That's smooth. Morgan a little bit off the rotation. Got Indianola caught out of position.
She's got 4 points here in the fourth quarter. Lead back up to 9. Berg, that time draws a foul. That'll be Logan Cook's fourth.
Once again, just every possession, every shot being challenged so much by Iowa City West. We saw this out of them in the quarterfinal round. I mean, defensive-wise, they are a salty team in this tournament. And it's all in the half court. You know, we've seen several other teams wreak havoc by extending their full court press and making it a long day in the full court. But, man, this half court is tough.
Berg hits the first free throw. She'll get one more and pops that through. And we'll see full court pressure. And stolen away, but now thrown back to Emma Cook. And that was tough because she stole it, but she's fallen out of bounds and not quite sure where to go with it. And just a bad break. And Grace Berg gets the foul, so that puts it up to 5. They still have 2 to give here with 2:05 to play.
Allows you to be pretty aggressive in this full court press.
Oh, knocked away. Berg steal. Drives in, throws it into the middle, turn around, and the foul on Emma Cook, her fourth.
Berg's defensive pressure creating that nice little nifty move by McGraw, though, in the lane, too, to get that ball up. Sidestepped a couple defenders.
And now they're 1 away from the double bonus. And McGraw to the line with 11 points on the day. And misses that. These are key. She missed the first one there.
It has just not been a good shooting day for Maggie McGraw.
Well, but they've been hassling her. They've been
Absolutely,
all over her. Morgan's been on her like as soon as she gets on the floor. Here's the second free throw is good. And pressure again by Indianola. And now lob up ahead and almost knocked away from Cook. Berg goes in and fouls her, which isn't a bad foul.
Right.
Because they've still got a couple to give anyway.
That's the risk you run. Indianola, we haven't seen them pressure defense a whole lot, so that's a risk you run right now if you're them. And Iowa City West handles that one very nicely. They were not able to handle it a couple times previous, but handles that one nicely, gets them a cheap look at the basket.
Here's Cook, rattles out. So, again, free throws key, and 69% shooter is Cook. And she'll get one more here. Hits that one. Makes it 47-40. And she'll sit down for a bit.
You just feel like
with 4 fouls.
Every time Indianola gets a bucket, West comes back with a big answer.
Berg up and has it blocked.
Yep, Beckner got a hand on that. Another challenge shot for Grace Berg.
And that will now be the 1-and-1. Wow, Beckner really done a great job off the bench.
She had, she's a senior and she's played plenty, but man, she has made her presence known out here today.
Some key blocks, and then she had a 3, 2, I believe. 1-and-1 here for Emma Cook. And she rattles it home. 8-point lead. So any points you can tack on at this point are big for Iowa City West.
Yeah, that clock is their biggest friend right now.
And she hits the second. Iowa City West call a timeout. They want to talk about this final 134 with a 9-point lead, what they're going to do. We'll take a break and be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history. This
.134 to play for a trip to the state title game in Iowa City West with a 9-point lead. Dar Danielson, Andy Pollock, and well, for Indianola, you want to get a basket and then go back into that press, Andy.
And you won't be able to take as much time to get it as you have been here recently.
So here's Berg with it. Dribbles, picks it over for 3. That's wide of the mark and taken down by Rachel Saunders. So they'll pressure and they'll foul, and that'll be the 1-on-1 still coming back the other way.
And that's not a bad shot to get right there for Carrington Keel. And she's hit 18 threes on the season. Well, 19. She had one today as well. So obviously she can hit that shot.
And Saunders to the line. Hasn't scored in the fourth quarter. And still hasn't scored in the fourth quarter. She's got 12 overall, though. So can Indianola take advantage here?
Look at that defense by Morgan. Oh, they got her for the foul, but man, she's so quick.
Well, Maggie McGraw was just going to do one thing. She was going to drive that time.
And Morgan knows that, but man, we have seen Morgan just take it to some of the best in the state so far defensively in this state tournament.
So there'll be 2 shots coming here for McGraw as it's the 10th team foul.
Oh yeah, she's got 11 points as well, Morgan. She does it all.
Yeah. And the first free throw, no good. This one is key because if you make it, then you can go into that press on the out of bounds.
Yes, otherwise you're sitting there in Iowa City West a chance to outlet the ball and get down court in a hurry.
McGraw looking for her 13th point. Here we go, it's good. And a quick foul by McGraw against Kaylin Morgan.
Be her fourth. She's a scorer for Indianola, so if they're going to figure out a miracle in the last 74 seconds of this game, they're going to need her in the game. So you've got to identify that and know that she is not one of the players that can foul right now at the end.
So Kaylin Morgan with 11 points. And she missed her last free throw attempt. This will still be the 1-and-1 here. As it's only the 9th foul on Indianola. And she pops it, she'll get the bonus. So back up to 9. Second one is good. 10-point lead. Indianola with the ball, a little over a minute to play. Grace Berg trying to dribble through, and she gets fouled by Zacharias.
You know, Indianola has been at their best today when they've been able to get the ball down low to Berg, and it really brings Iowa City West in on defense, and she's able to kick it out if she doesn't have the bucket. No threat of that really right now. They'll give up the 2 if you're the women of Troy at the moment.
2 free throws here, and good.
A lot of free throws attempted in this one today, too.
Berg with 13 points.
9 of those at the free throw line.
Second one is good. And an 8-point lead and a quick foul by Maggie. Is that Maggie McGraw?
Is that McGraw?
That would be her 5th if it is.
Yep. I'm not sure she knew she had 4.
I don't think so. She'll go out with
and so that makes
13 points.
Yeah, that makes what was a tall task even taller right now.
As Morgan hits the free throw. And it's 2 shots in this final 105 here. And that one's long. Rebound comes off to Sorensen. And West extending a little bit, not letting the 3 go. Sorensen down the lane, up and no good. Battle for it. And then a foul by Sorensen against Saunders, as Saunders is about to take that ball like a baton and race to the other end.
You know, the defensive chess match today was interesting as we saw Saunders jump out to a quick start with 7 points early on, and she's been relatively quiet since, but you've had gals like Zacharias and Kaylin Morgan step up big on the offensive end for Iowa City West Day, and that's really what it's all about here at the state tournament. With
and
everyone knows the stars. It's just a matter of who's going to be the next one that steps up.
And that one's off, and Berg goes down and gets it back. Now under a minute to play. 10-point lead. There's a 3. Not going to go, slapped out of there by Berg. Still a scramble for it. And a travel called on Emma Cook.
Yeah, it's the right call. I mean, as she went to go, her left toe couldn't extend any further back there and ended up dragging on the ground.
So still a little life left here for Indianola. Got to score quick, get some turnovers. Berg drives, kicks it out for 3. No good. And a tie-up on the rebound. It'll be a foul.
Going to get Keel for the foul.
Yep. Carrington Keel with 4.
You still saw right there, though, Iowa City West, they dropped, everybody collapsed on Berg. They're not going to deviate from their game plan right now based on there only being 30 seconds left.
Emma Cook to the free throw line with 6 points. Shoot 2 here. And hits it.
Yeah, you see Coach Meyer across the way right now yelling to his girls, do not foul. We'll let them shoot. Do not foul.
Yeah, because now you come down, you shoot it through, and a lot of times it's going to run off the clock. And 12-point lead here. There's the 3. No good. Rebound Emma Cook, and she gets fouled by Platt.
So a lot of smiles on that bench over there for the women of Troy. They're excited about this one. They should be. They came in as a 7 seed to this tournament, and they'll be playing for a state title. You mean 19-7, playing for a state championship.
And she hits it. Emma Cook. You know, they can say, well, the old third time's a charm facing Iowa City High again.
The old adage, it's tough to beat a good team 3 times. It's tough to beat a good team once. But yeah, you do it 3 times.
Here's a 3 short. Rebound. Put up. And good by Sorensen in there. And timeout by Indianola. And we'll keep it right here, 57-45.
Yeah, you know, you go through the losses that the women of Troy had throughout the year. Hopkins, Minnesota, City High twice, Bolingbrook, Illinois. They lost to Valley by 7 here in the latter stages of the year, and they lost to Cedar Falls. So, and also Montini Catholic got Illinois by 1. So it's not like they were losing to bad teams at all. So they, as we said, they came into this tournament at 17-7, and after 2 what we would consider upset wins, they're going to have a chance to hoist that trophy tomorrow night.
And that win by Valley kind of sparked their season. It was a win that Valley had like 6 straight losses, and then they got, I think that was a Saturday game where they played and Valley beat them, and that kind of sparked Valley to go on and get into this tournament, defending champ. And so yeah, they face some tough competition, and sure, you know, you're in the title game, you lay it all out there, and we'll see what happens. That we know one thing for sure, the way it looks, the trophy is going to move away from Central Iowa for the first time in 5 times since we had the 5A class.
Yep, we'll be residing over there in Johnson County here come Friday night. And well-deserved. I mean, these ladies have come over and played very hard. That Iowa City High team, so fun to watch. And these West girls, just so many smiles the whole game.
And then a foul with 1.5 seconds to go.
And I'm quite certain that Klatt did not mean to do that.
Yeah, Klatt didn't want to. She's kind of smiling.
A lot of 5s from various players, even across the way, reaching across the aisle right now. She made sure that Saunders knew that was not on purpose. As she got her pretty good. Great sportsmanship down here.
Saunders misses the free throw. She's got 13, or 12 rather. And now has 13 points. And that's going to do it. 58-45. Iowa City West will advance to face City High for the 3rd time here at 6 o'clock on Friday night. We'll take a break, come back and wrap up this matchup after this on CISN.TV.
It has become something of a lost art, remembering someone's face, remembering a name. They're the building blocks of a strong, caring community. Can you think of anything else more important than that? We can't.
You see Indianola there getting their trophy and a great run that ends up just a little bit short here today, Andy Pollock.
Yeah, and it was a bad day to have a bad shooting day. You don't want a bad shooting day at any point, but they shot 26.7% today, and really that's not going to win you any regular season games, let alone a game in the state semifinals. So,
and credit Iowa City West, they forced a lot of that
for sure,
bad
absolutely.
shooting here today.
Everything was challenged. You know, Iowa City West came out, you know, to borrow a football comparison here, it kind of reminded me of several years ago when the Vikings went up against New Orleans in the NFC Championship game, not this year's game, but a few years ago.
Yeah.
And they really just told Brett Favre, we're going to be hitting you every play, and we'll see how many passes you can complete. That's really the mentality that Iowa City West, I thought, brought to it today. So physical, and they say, we'll follow you, we'll make you beat us at the free throw line, but we're going to challenge every shot, and if we happen to get a hand on you, we'll get a hand on you, but we'll live to fight another day. And it was a great game plan, and Iowa City West played very well today.
Well, the final here, 58-45. Iowa City West will meet Iowa City High as we have one championship game set. It'll be 6 o'clock tomorrow night on Iowa Public Television. You can watch that. Coming up next, it'll be Center Point Urbana taking on Marion in the 4A semifinal, and then it's Grinnell and Lamar's in the next one after that. So for Andy Pollack, I'm Dar Danielson. That's going to wrap it up here on CISN.TV.
Thanks for watching our live coverage of the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament on the Central Iowa Sports Network. You can check CISN.TV for a replay of this game. The free coverage of today's game was presented by Mid-American Energy, Schottenkirk Chevy of Waukee, Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottlers, and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union.
And there's the travel. I expect Riley Jacobs